Hello and welcome back. Map number 3 is upon us. It's Nuke. It's going to be our best of one proving ground to see who moves on to the next stage and who drops into the lower bracket. ENCE coming off the back of a fairly respectable win on their pick of Verso. Can they continue on a map in which they've historically been strong on?
Well, indeed. Let's see. This one has certainly been a heater where we thought it'd be over in 2. So did ENCE, I bet. In they go, straight through squeaky door. 1 for 1. The Julies activated. They don't actually find anything. Samey manages through the mini smoke to get a trade-off here, but it's a 3 versus 2 as the chaos comes down. Sobol going to drop that bomb and buy them some time here. Down goes Samey. They're ready for him. The Julies retrieve. Surely the double peek is enough to deal with Sobol. They're giving him a lot of chances, but he just can't capitalize. And that will be the pistol going the way of ENCE.
My God. Woo. Okay, that was close. That was dicey from both sides. HONORIS, when the bomb gets dropped, is what you're thinking. There's a good potential that they can potentially make something work, but it's not to be. And well, just like that. Not bad. ENCE in a relatively strong position now where they can set themselves up pretty comfortably. Full buy to come out. Triple Galil setup. Double Mac 10 of HONORIS. All they're bringing to the table really a scout and an MP9 and a few pistols to try and alleviate some pressure. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be dicey.
Yeah, not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination here. Slowly but surely. Snappy wants to get in. And they want him round this corner. Just prodding, poking, hoping a head comes the way of one side, but nobody bites. They are pretty ready for a setup like this. They understand, you know, some cheese may well be in order. There is the Molotov to force them both away. And now, once again, they'll go to hit that A-bomb site. Upstairs, looking good. Snappy leading the way with the Mac 10. Oh, there's a couple of kills come back in. Ooh. What's happening with the scout up top, though? 4 on 2, suddenly out of nowhere. And Lunatic. Yes, he is. All down to D-Heart. Wow, 1v4 needed from the Polish superstar of ENCE. And, well, they've got his number. They've got him at bay. This is looking good once again. The competition's still on.
Surely not right for Dia. The 1 versus 4 time is ticking. 35 seconds. Re-smoked in towards main as well. What an upset. But it goes back to something that I will always reiterate, Scriv. The 5.7's OP, man. This gun is too good right now. And we'll see it off for the Galils as well. Tao's just making sure that D is dead there. Maybe a little bit of national rivalry there. We're all tied square, 1 apiece. Like I say, usually, it's not about who wins the pistols, but who takes the force by. That's where we get to, well, feel a little bit more comfortable. And hey-ho, all tied as peace. No bomb plant for ENCE as well. Means that they really don't have too much to work with. Of course, they are going to fall by themselves. Try and do what HONORIS just did with the pistols. All they've got to work with is just a couple of Deagles, a couple of Tech 9s. It's not comfortable. And the utility lacking for the T side is going to make this very difficult.
Yeah, just waiting for that CT side to rotate theirs, I think, and then they'll try and burst out somewhere. That's usually how these types of rounds go, but ENCE, unfortunately, yeah, without ideas. It looks like it's going to be an outside execute here, and then work around that, whether they follow it or not. Does depend. D-Har probably will. Hard for even us with all the information to know. It looks like it's just going to be a B-Rap try and overwhelm the ramp area. Easier said than done. Out they will go just with 1 player. Madden actually finds success. Samey was reloading, couldn't help his teammate out, and this could make all the difference now. Mac 10 to track him down, unfortunately does end up blinded. There's a big one coming in from some Pius to give it the 4 on 3. Ooh. There's been a lull in the action, but when it all heats up, it really is quite quick.
Yeah. Always be pretty emphatic. What's the call here? Samey going to tuck himself in. Are they just giving this up over towards ENCE? I mean, this is still a world in which they could have made the fight work. M4 when it's collected. He's just trying to deny that wrapping towards heaven as best he can. Tapping away, and Valdo will take a chunk of damage too. 30 seconds to work with. ENCE don't have the time.
Bomb going to get dropped as well. So this is looking very, very good. Another kill comes in from Samey sort of at the exact same moment. Lunatic's got a good angle here. Madden, he has the weapon. He doesn't have the HP, though. They're just looking to overwhelm him from both sides, hunt him down, try and get the trade in. But even then, with the HP bars, it is easier said than done. Valde does take him out, but it costs him his life. And ENCE, they were close for a second there. Somehow, some way, HONORIS get number 2.
Yeah, that's it. It was uncomfortable, to say the least. Not about start. Nuke, I guess you give him the argument now that with the recent changes, they're ancient. Nuke now kind of reclaims its throne as being the most CT-sided map in the pool. You know, normally I like to say golden number of 6. If you can get 6 rounds on your T side, I feel like you're doing alright. I feel like you're feeling a little bit comfortable. But ENCE, that might be a little bit harder to come by. Great nades coming through. Madden is so lucky to even be alive.
Oh, spoke too soon, mate. Spoke too soon. There's the third to find him. Got him. Speaking of got him, though, Eagles in play here. Got to be careful of these. Up on top of credit. There will be a double on the cards there for Sammy, but back down to something a little more normal in these anti-eco rounds.
Very quiet. And as I say that, I've once again cursed it. Snappy will be picked off. Valda lucky to stay alive there. He will collect himself in towards a deagle. A couple of taps as well. And a flash will catch him. There's surely nothing he can do here. A minute to work with, but the bomb in no man's land. 4 bodies waiting to see him off. Ryko will make sure he is confirmed 6 feet under. There's HONORIS. 2-round lead, 3-1. Of course, that was just a low buy, so nothing really to be expected. ENCE. 4 buying in towards the next. And a Krieg coming out. And not often we see the Krieg, Scriv. I don't know what your thoughts are. I would normally say the AUG is viable. The Krieg, not so much.
I mean, Nuke is a little more unique in that sense. I don't know. I mean, you know, the lack of an AWP, it gives you a bit more range to work with is ultimately what they're probably after. And you can see where he's going. He's outside. He's looking for these angles at range. So it can make sense in isolation. For me, though, it maybe screams of a little bit of, you know, early desperation that they're just looking for something to kick off these rounds. The individual of Dihar maybe taking the game by the reins, so to speak. He's been playing very well across the course of the series, despite how they lose the first and the second one comes needlessly close.
Mm-hmm.
There has been some frustrations across the course of today for ENCE.
Somi. Sammy Masso. He's setting up it. Aggro in towards position for now. I mean, realistically, if HONORIS actually don't need to move. I'm looking at the setup on the mini-map, and they've got a fairly decent amount of control. They kind of realize that they can give up outside control and just bank on the fact that they can win their aim duels. They'll come through. They've all just pumped the brakes a tad as ENCE take that control, but they're looking to wrap back. Where do they go from here?
Oh, down below, Dihar gets himself an opportunity. Can't find the head, but the AWP shot definitely misses. So going to put Sammy, on watch with that. Taz to find Snappy, though. Pretty big fight for him to win. Sobor, meanwhile, there's a smoke down on the bottom bomb site for him to work around, looking for that head that crops up. He's going to be able to find 2 of them. Sammy finds Dihar, and the spray down is clean. Oh, my goodness. HONORIS, they are once again battling pretty well against the ENCE side.
Like what I'm saying. I am. We're still on for the upset. I was having a little check, of course, in between the maps restarting. There's a world in which we could see all of the invited teams, all of the open qualifier teams, I say, upset the invited teams. Heat have beaten Bad News Eagles. They've dropped BNE in towards the lower bracket. So Heat, of course, will be the team who one of these two will take on, of course, later today in the upper bracket finals. Or semi-finals, may I say. ENCE HONORIS, they're fighting to take on the French. Bad News Eagles drop into the lower bracket. Loser has to face them. That is not a team you want to meet in the lowers.
Well, outside execute coming in. They're going to work around that. Nade does land, but it's a little bit late. The A1S does a lot of damage, though. Meanwhile, Rico down below kind of goes a little bit unchecked, somehow slipping the net, and in comes the A4 to help him. They're all going to get mowed down. It may only be a half buy, but no points of damage traded back. Valde on that lurk position up top. He can't get anything done. 5-1. HONORIS on a ringer right now.
They're looking good. This is a stable CT side being set up. I've got to say, really liking what I'm seeing. Also good to see that like to Lunatic, of course, the IGL for this roster, and not too often he's called upon in terms of the fragging department, but at least he's stepping up, right? Winning his Angels and making a bit of an impact. He struggled in Vertigo. He couldn't really find the sort of form and success he was hoping for. And hey, now he's looking pretty damn good. Early tack timeout called by ENCE, and to be perfectly honest, I don't blame them. They have got no real control here. Yes, they'll have a full investment in towards this next round coming up, but all in all, they're sort of stuck in this brutal cycle. It's full buy-in, failing to find the success, back to an eco, rinse and repeat. Bomb plans will alleviate the pressure economically, but in the grand scheme, they need rounds desperately. At the moment, HONORIS are starting to build up quite the formidable CT side, and this is already getting to a point where you have to start being a little bit concerned that if ENCE let this slip too far, we could be in for a bit of a massacre.
Yep. Wow. Quite a scary prospect already then. Goodness gracious, HONORIS. We did say it's a bit of a home map for them, and we were curious as to why it didn't come out as a pick. But then they proved themselves on Inferno. They're proving themselves once again here. Taz left low. Fast outside execute coming in from the end side. Then they're really trying to abuse this B-bomb site as best they possibly can. Going to send Deha in on his own. He is the danger man. But has yet to really find much success. Everybody negative on that end side. This is really not going well. And Deha's just going to hold the area down secret. Not even push it yet.
Got to work with. It's a good angle by Taz. Will some players think about it? Taz just can't quite control the spray. Madden will slip the net. He's going to go above Sobo. He didn't spot him.
How? I don't get how that's not been called. Madden surely should have heard that guy. And, oh, God, might even lose this fight. Sobo goes too fast up the ladder. What is going on? An absolute mess of a round as we find ourselves in a 4 versus 2. Deha had that control down secret, but Raiko just holding for it. Fakes out the door. They are firmly in the heads, and HONORIS, they are in the driver's seat of this one. They are winning the map. Not bringing it close, not keeping it close. They are solidly winning it out, and some of these rounds from ENCE leave you baffled. Unbelievable. And you can just see the visible frustration in places. Wow. This is falling apart before our very eyes, folks.
There's a world in which we see a Polish team make its way towards Brazil, because the way HONORIS are playing right now, 9 are looking pretty damn good as well. This could be very, very interesting. Of course, top 2 from this closed qualifier make their way towards Brazil. Many expected it to be big. I mean, even ENCE, they're the top 2 seeds. Sprout as well, just in behind. All of these teams, including B and E, you've got 14th in the world, big, 17th, ENCE, 19th, Sprout, 20th, B and E. And in the first round, all 4 of the favorites could drop out. This is such an interesting affair. 9 of 13, 6 up on map 3 against Sprout right now. Poland has seriously come to play. In the online quals, they have been nothing short of fantastic. Of course, HONORIS, exactly the same for them. 6-1, 5-round lead. ENCE back down to nothing. Sampaius will wield a hero AK-47.
Truly unbelievable. Well, we'll see whether it continues, of course. Hero AK, like you say, has got to pop off here. What is the game plan for it? So far, smoked out at ramp. Sobol, ready and raring. On this angle. The burst is going to come his way in just a second. They're getting these flashes lined up. In they come. Coming in fast. Sobol going to drop down. Oh, you thought he was good for the 2, didn't you? I certainly did. He will end up falling, but Lunatic is in to single door pretty quickly. Needs to be careful not to lose his life, however. The door's blown off. There ain't no closing it now. Either way, it's a 4 versus 3. Thanks to his trade. They will get the bomb down, but things still looking pretty damn good for HONORIS.
This is a good round so far. From ENCE to even get into this position. Hang on. Deha will drop the IGL of Lunatic, and now in quite the interesting affair. 3 versus 3. Bomb planted. Time ticking. And Deha turns his head, and that will cost him his life.
Oh, dangerous down here. Snappy in on the Tech 9. There's just too many targets for him. There's plenty of time to get the defuse in. That was a little sweaty for a moment. ENCE, that's got to be the closest they've come in a while. The hardest that HONORIS have had to work for number 7.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. My God, that did get uncomfortable. I guess ENCE got to give them the credit. They're coming in with just a hero AK, and the fact that they're walking away with a good amount of kills under their belt and a bomb plant, the possibility is fantastic. It's showing that there's still life there. But when it comes down to it, we have to look at the fundamentals. They're 6 rounds behind. It still isn't good enough. Yes, you can get close. Yes, you can make it competitive, but it makes no difference if you're not converting them in towards rounds. Now, of course, they do have a 4-buy. Some players luckily are able to afford, despite the hero AK bought in towards the previous. And it's messy, but Snappy will open things up.
Yep, Snappy opens up, but the crunch on towards lobby is super effective here. Going to drop the bomb as well. Dihar needs to try and retrieve it. Madden is, trying to make his way over. He crosses behind Lunatic and somehow wins that fight. Just the madness of it all. Taz, meanwhile, creeping round. Madden on the edge of the smoke, needs to go large. Needs to go very large indeed. And Taz, he's ready for it. Smoke's going to dissipate in just a few seconds, but Madden spots him into the 2-on-2 then. A crazy round from ENCE might just be what they needed. Raiko's still above that bomb, but he's left very low indeed. The AWP does not look good. And now it's just onto the low HP of Raiko. Oh, damn. Damn, he says. Where do I hold from? Where do I go? He's actually going to give the bomb up and hope to come in from a reposition. But he needs to go nuclear to find this 2K.
Yeah.
It is smart. Oh, I like this. Do like it. I don't think they're really considering the possibility. They go for a shoulder peek, though, just to double check. And that's exactly where he is. Second round for ENCE on the board.
I mean, you know, for ENCE needed, right? We were saying they have to start putting rounds up on the board to make this a competition. But once again, even when they find success, at what cost? It's so expensive. That's where the credit has to be given. Really, really good stuff. Great work coming through from HONORIS just to keep this competitive. Even when they find success, make sure that ENCE never feel comfortable. And that's all that matters. Of course, it's down 4-buy or scooped up from the previous, so some players can wield it. They still got to take down Sammy, and this guy has been on fire as of late.
Another outside execute coming in from ENCE. It seems to be the area in which they are finding the most success. The money dries up quickly on that CT side as well, so a couple more rounds in a row, they can break the bank. HONORIS will be hoping to answer back as quickly as they can, and gone for this one a couple times where they go outside, get the control, then go even wider and just work with that. But Taz is playing one of these pesky garage angles and really going to be annoying. Snappy speeding his way around to the fight goes down. No one available to trade Snappy just yet, but Madden has snuck in towards heaven. I don't think it's being considered massively.
No. Bit of space, in fact, to work with. This could get really uncomfortable. I mean, look at the wrap coming through. He's got into the space. Does Lunatic even consider it? Well, now he'll post up, and he will. So now we've got a position where Lunatic's expecting Heaven to come through, and Valdo will fall to the hands of Sobel. Numbers favour the Polish side, and things are starting to look a little bit dicey for ENCE. Looking towards A. Does Madden even consider it? Was his barrel spotted too? Does Lunatic understand that this is a possibility? I think so, yes.
Uh-oh. Lunatic, though, yeah, going to get absolutely screwed in that one. Madden at Heaven is the pivotal player. He's made all the difference. Sobol trying to find and creep away in here. He's the big player who has to make all the difference. Madden watching, but Madden moves away, drops down. Unlucky. I think that might just spell it, to be honest. Save the cash that you have here. Make sure you can buy into the future rounds. Sobol still giving it a look. Not a lot of time left on the bomb. The AWP, I don't really know where that's at this point. He's just hoping to maybe take a gun away if he plays his cards right. Gonna get spotted out. Right-click nade. Flash to come down. That nade should decide for him, though. He will indeed move to save eventually. Third round for ENCE.
Yeah, I guess a Sobel as well, right? For him, if he can maybe make it a little bit expensive an exit, that's nice. You know, do some nade damage, which maybe forces someone to potentially fall to the bomb. Doesn't make a difference, does it? And so we're going to find their third deficit down to 4 rounds. Still a decent lead built up. If HONORIS get minimum 9, which is, you know, actually very plausible in towards his first half, this can become a very, very interesting map in the way that potentially HONORIS could start running away with it. We'll have to see how they'll fare on towards their T side. But a timeout called. First used for HONORIS. Time for conversations. ENCE put 2 consecutive rounds on the board, and they're just understanding that potentially this could be very problematic, right? Where for ENCE, they're starting to get that snowball effect under their belt. They're starting to get momentum running with them. We could see a bit of a turnaround. And ENCE mount a fairly formidable T side in which HONORIS aren't able to replicate at the turn of the half. Either way, pause done. And a buy to follow suit. Of course, AWP's still in play. And 4 rifles alongside a 1 scooped up AK from Sobol as well. Could mount a bit of success coming through. But either way, 7-3. Still a lead. Still some comfortability for HONORIS.
Outside execute a hell of a lot wider this time around. Gonna get all the players over there. Taz looking for a timing with the spray down, maybe? No, not gonna give it, but it does start to become fairly telegraphed by the ENCE side that they really do like to look to abuse this B-bomb site. I don't think they're expecting 4 in, though. This is a good condition move. They've always had 1 on alert presence down here, but not 4. Still, all being said. Waiting to just make the noise, rack it up. And, I don't know, no one from HONORIS moving. They're not biting. They're not sold on this fact. So, it looks like it should be all doable as the single door opens. There's no one around at all. Bomb will go down. Do you consider going for this? Maybe. That B-bomb site's pretty open, but there's just nobody anywhere near it. They don't have any control of anywhere. They've got to retake all of it in the vent, in the secret area. So, I think they just hand this one over, to be honest.
Yeah. It's sort of an interesting decision, right? You know, not even attempting to give it a go, right? Not even trying to make it expensive or even play for aggro exits. You've seen that, you know, time and time again where teams will just try and play aggressive on the exits and see if they can make it expensive on the way out. And for a team like HONORIS where they stand, you know, especially for like, you know, Samey or Sobol, they've got money to work with. Sending 1 or 2 bodies that way, looking to have a fight. I don't know. They're going to give it up. Not often you see all 10 remaining alive as the bomb goes off. It's a rare occasion. It could be a rare occasion as well with HONORIS, the underdog still in the lead by 3. ENCE, though, that's 3 consecutive rounds on the board for them. They're loving life right now. They're actually feeling relatively comfortable. It's just a question of can they keep this streak going. The T side of Nuke can be such a cruel mistress. So far, it seems ENCE have some fairly decent control over it.
Nice pickup coming in from Raiko. 5 on 4. Taz as well going to be tagged down to half HP. So HONORIS starting off strong, but it does hang a little bit on a knife edge here and certainly could have an opportunity back into it. But the first time in a while we've seen HONORIS find an aggressive pick.
Already. Now, numbers in their favor for ENCE. You can sort of see they're perplexed. Where do we go from here? 4 remaining alive and Madden taking a chunk of damage. How do they try and get some space to work with? Of course, bomb scooped up. That's the positive sign. It gives them the ability just to hard reset. And look at other options. It's looking like they want to go back towards outside. Do have U-Tool to set up as well. At least you can get the outside smokes, the L smoke set up. And maybe go down towards Seeker. And they've had success there before.
Taz, though, this time around is in a much more ready position. They're actually going to go for it dry, which is a big risk. Oh, dink lands. Not quite the finish, though. Still, that kill will make all the difference. They've been seen, however, and they're just actually going to fake it out, go back up towards the A-bomb site and maybe catch someone in a rotation. No one presenting themselves. And again, not fully sold downstairs. Maybe the experience of Taz, maybe the call of Lunatic, but they're a bit more ready for this A hit than you would expect. In comes 1. We need big stuff from Lunatic. He's not able to find it. The lower members taken down. The bomb does get dropped in an awkward spot, and Sobol is here pretty damn fast. Captures Madden completely unawares and will find some Pius as well. Easy stuff for Sobol. Brilliant in the end of the round for him to find that timing, and it's number 8 for HONORIS. They're back to it.
Yeah, so Sobol's been so clean, right? I mean, Raiko has moments of brilliance, but Sobol's impact, fantastic. And he's playing rotates too, right? He's always in kind of those rough but advanced positions, trying to make ENCE uncomfortable. doing a damn good job of it. I gotta say, they double the score of ENCE, 8-4. A decent little gap built up. Once again, they guarantee a lead at the half too, which is, it's good, but it's also a necessity on CT side of Nuke. It is arguably the most CT sided map in the pool. Statistically, at the end of 2022, it was the second most, just behind Ancient. But recent changes to Ancient make me believe it's a little bit more even, or a little bit more viable at the very least for the changes to spawn. Either way, big swing coming towards single door. That got risky. Valda, look at the space he's created. He'll find the first, and he'll double it down.
They're going fast. They're going disrespectful. Taz in from Mini might be able to trap a couple of them, but look at some Pius. What a round that he's also having here. Able to just find the all-important pick, meaning Sobol with a recovered AWP here is just going to move to save the rush from ENCE. A pace change. They had been conditioning slow rounds for quite some time, and you can see HONORIS just caught with nades in hand. Rotating nades. Yeah, very, very easy stuff in the end there. ENCE not really calling anything too complicated, but it works to get them number 5.
For Sobol, keep all of what they've got. They just couldn't handle the pace. They couldn't handle the speed at which ENCE flew out. And it all comes down to that valid double opener. I mean, that's the space created, right? And then it's just about manipulating it. And they do a really good job of exactly that. Sobol, gonna be fine. Let's keep that all. Just maneuvering over in towards the penultimate one of the half. I said for ENCE, golden number of 6, and they might be alright. At least gives them something to work with. Anything less, I feel uncomfortable. But if they can find 6, maybe we can start making conversations. We start having a little bit of breathing room. HONORIS, though, like I said, 8 was a bit of a necessity. I'd like them to see them find 9, especially with how well they started. They gave themselves such good opportunities to do exactly that.
Gonna fight outside this time around, though. The CT side finally taking some control of it. Might not be expected at all. Oh, big nade, and thank goodness it did land, because it distracted DR away from Taz. Kind of comical. There's another AWP. They went for this in the last round. It didn't really work for them. Sobol, though, this time will be able to chime in. Netting a 5-on-3. Maybe even a bit more from behind the silo as well. Looking solid. Just going to be down to 2. Wow. Get Sobol on the AWP a bit more often. Goodness me. That's a hell of a way to win number 9.
Yeah, secondary AWPers go. Not too shabby. Sobol, he's clean. That second shot as well. Fantastic, I got to say. Great work. Really, really good to see. And right now, there's a potential, possible. We could see HONORIS take double digits at the halfway mark. What a story that would be. As ENCE, their back's starting to go against that wall. They're starting to feel the pressure. Sweat upon their brow. This is getting interesting. Final round and a half. Can HONORIS find 10?
The ultimate question, maybe. We'll see. 10, the double digits would be nice for them to hit, especially given their success that they've found in most of the pistols. Outside execute once again coming in from ENCE. Seems to be part and parcel to their Nuke T side. What are they going for this time? Maybe a full send down in towards Secret once again. It's interesting because I think they are abusing the fact that HONORIS really do not play much presence outside. Something that is quite rare at the top end of the game. They feel like they've got an in, so to speak. Speaking of ins, Lunatic around the corner. They're after him. They will be there eventually. However, in this one-way, sorry, in this off angle, that's what they're called. He might be able to find multiple, not quite. Will go down. 4 versus 4 ensues.
And now Sobol, he'll be called upon again. Smoking towards single door. It might be too late. No, they don't cross in front of it. And now he can focus all of attention over towards double. Time is ticking. Bomb will go down. 35 seconds left on the clock, and Valda surely gets a freebie here. Doesn't get cleared, doesn't get checked. And he will, but a quick trade.
They needed one more. Ooh, Raiko able to get it. See, just needed a kill in on the site itself. It's all going to be down to Taz. He's been spotted. Whoa, he's been finished off, and there's the 9-6 of the turn of the half.
Well, we're going to throw this one to a break. 9-6. What a performance from HONORIS. Can they continue on the T side? We'll have to see after the break.
Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristesse. Großstadtbild, komm ich nicht weg. Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen schwanzig. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Faded auf den Wohnzimmerdeal. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Look into my face. Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Take me down. Take me down.
Well, come back. Second half underway. HONORIS commanding lead at the halfway point at 9-2-6. Can they continue this run of form as they're flying towards B?
Yep, just speeding in, mate. They're going to look to find this pistol. Very important that they do so. Snappy, good for one. There's already a player down here. It's going to be a bloodbath if they're not careful. Who will come out on top, though? Madden having a bit of a rough game. Would want to start off strong here on the pistol. He's just backing all the way out. Full respect. Full control allowed to go across to the side of HONORIS then. But getting into the site itself, it's going to be somewhat of a challenge. Dihar has found himself down here with the Julies as well. Oh, God, here we go. Julies holding the line. They will manage to trade one out. Big fight here. Valde goes down. Dihar on the Julies, though, looking good. He's got to stay hot on the heels so they don't have an opportunity to get the bomb down. Lunatic. Big Gushin finish. They might just back away and go A themselves, to be fair. It's some pious against the world.
This is tough. The Spaniard. He's a master class, but the bomb is going towards A. He will drop Sobble. The bomb will go down regardless. IGL versus the AWPer. Spotted on our event. And he'll find the kill as well. Some pious good night, HONORIS. Welcome to double digits. ENCE are starting this half on a solemn tone. That's the Polish side looking pretty damn good right now. 10-6, a 4-round lead. And a bomb plant and a round in their favor means HONORIS have got cash to work with. ENCE forced into a scout and an MP9 and a few pistols. That's the best that they can muster up.
Well, folks, let's see if you believe in lightning striking twice in this series. I mean, 4 times across the course of the day. All the favorites so far have been knocked down. And it looks like we might just be getting another one, of course. The winner of this one going off to play against Heat, who have just beaten BNE.
Yeah.
Yeah, color me surprised. The IEM Brazil close qualifiers. Upsets galore, and we might be able to add another one to the tally then. HONORIS, we'll see. This should, feasibly, if they can convert the break, should be theirs. Finishing line in touching distance, but...
Crazy.
Yeah,
3 out of 4 upsets, mate.
I know, mate. I know.
3 out of 4.
And, you know, we're behind the underdog being Brits. We'll have to see how it pans out here. Eagle in play. Snappy just backs away, gives them all the space they need once again. There's going to be the MP9 of Dihar not too far away from the action. Snappy can't find anything. First one is often the hardest. Lunatic going to go digging with his AK here. Got to be careful. Dihar's already found one on that MP9. The bomb has yet to cross in. Slight bit of panic rolling around, it feels like. Scout makes itself known. Taz is looking to track him, but I think they're going to concede this round and just save what they have into the next. Should therefore be an 11th for HONORIS pretty easily. Taz, they are after him. The hunting pack has been released. Can he find any? No, he can't. Valde will take him down. If they had a kit available, they might now charge towards B, but they don't. So it will be the 11th for HONORIS, but a pretty scary buy coming into the next round.
Yeah. I guess for HONORIS as well, right? For them, you can technically chalk this up as a bonus just because I don't think Raiko and Taz need to be too overzealous in the investment and they can just essentially play it as a bonus. But it's going to be a bit weird in terms of how their funds are going to work. I'm trying to understand what's the best plan of action. I think maybe even going for that lower buy is not bad and just sort of, you know, admitting and conceding. But then as well, they're also going to kind of understand that the buy for ENCE is going to at the very least have that scout and MP9 that they faced, the Galil that got picked up. So it does give them the advantage in their court in a way. And yeah, they are just going to actually use that information to fully invest in and around it. And of course, they still do have bits of money here and there, but it's not stable. But they know that in terms of firepower, they're going to be a little bit more formidable. So I don't mind this at all for HONORIS. A good opportunity for them to double the scoreline of ENCE at 12-6. And then we can start saying, is this too little too late? Are ENCE already a foot in that grave?
Some pious misses the opportunity for the first tag. Going to look for a repeat. Loses his head. And HONORIS back to it. The tag does land onto Lunatic. The nade could do big damage, but they're not going to fully commit down. Taz just being the distraction. Whoa, a lot of damage done, though. The CZ can finish him off. The dink there. If only he had an AK, he'd still be alive. Nice pick up onto Madden. That should start to seal it. Valde's still got that Galil in play, but he's been a hell of a lot quiet here on map 3. Molotov to deal with him and his compadre coming in. D-Hart spotted out. Someone's going to finish him. It's Sobol to get him. He tried for a cheeky move. Doesn't quite happen for him. Valde will find the first here. If he gets this second... Ooh, we were maybe on, but Samey as crisp as can be right now. Just Snappy remaining.
This is the world in which we've seen upsets be the kind of the standard in towards IEM Brazil just as of yet. 3 out of 4 upsets. HONORIS are on track to make it 4-4-4. Snappy, Wolf on Raiko, to the very least, making it expensive with that 5-7. Damn good gun on its time. Information gain, not going to make a difference. An AK as well collected, so not the end of the world. Takes a bit of damage on the way out, but it won't be too problematic. That's HONORIS up to 12, doubling the score of ENCE and 4 rounds away from taking map and series in their favor and going on to meet the French side of Heat in the upper bracket semis. That then makes them just one best of 3 against Heat away from locking in a place in towards Brazil. I mean, that is crazy to see. A team like HONORIS, which I gotta say, a lot of people wouldn't have expected making it through the open quals, but they have continued to surprise everybody and play well above their expectations.
Sobol through some smoke, gonna manage to find the opener then. We've got a triple nade over on towards site. Look at that. They've been saving that one for a rainy day. Down goes some Pius. And well, it's sunshine and roses for HONORIS, I think, because they've started this round off really well. This is their campaign to take the victory, the upset, the 2-1. And of course, the spot moving forwards in the upper bracket. However you want to frame it, Valde. Oh, the double spray down will make a difference, but still leaving Snappy alone. Can he get this done? It feels like he has to for ENCE.
Tapped, spotted, laboured spray as well. Snappy dancing with the devil when he nearly makes the spray transfer work. Oh my god, that got close. But it's HONORIS who continue to trek over and continue to tick these rounds on the board. You look towards ENCE. Money, they have enough to work with to muster up a buy. A good one, that's a loose term. An AWP in play, but it's a triple MP9. And Snappy into just a deagle. It's not exactly fantastic, but at least as well, it means I have a guaranteed buy until the next round, regardless of this result.
Oh, jump spot nearly taken down. There's a lot on this one. HONORIS find it cleanly. They are in the running for the game itself. Some Pius lands a tag, but not quite the frag. And HONORIS, you can, it's palpable, isn't it? You can really just feel the tension that they're feeling being in this position.
My God. What a storyline as well. I mean, of course, off camera, we were coming in towards this game and realistically saying, you know, this one might be quick. It might be a bloodbath for ENCE. We know the side can play at a pretty high level. Of course, recent experience with Kato too. It's not looking great, Scriv. My gosh, these guys are struggling to settle in towards this map. And putting consecutive rounds on the board seems impossible right now.
Very slow here. HONORIS do not want to mess this one up. Some Pius has got other things to say. Rings off a shot. Goes through them all. Goes past them all. They'll start charging out. It's a hard one to beat, though, with one on high, one on low. Yep, Snappy. Double with the D. D-Har coming in from the vent. It's number 7 for ENCE, and a pretty big win on the half bar. You could feel that there was something up in that round, and ENCE show us why.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they'll take anything right now. If HONORIS walk away with that round, I think we can already start making conversations about this one being done. And ENCE looking towards that lower bracket, but that is giving them a bit of room to work with. It was a sort of weird, janky buy, but they've made it work. And of course, it means that HONORIS don't have anything to bring in towards round number 21. Despite their successes that we've seen as of late, they're not going to have a lot to work with right here. So, just pistols. A bomb plant would be nice, but it's pretty unlikely.
Flash out for Valde to go have a look. No one around for him to really capitalize on, though. Nice touchdown nade. Going to leave the unarmored Taz nearly dead. That's pretty much perfect from D-Hart. What is the game plan for Honoris? There won't be anything too deep, but round's getting on a bit. Gonna boost the Glock up just for some information. Oh, massive nade. Looking good here, I mean, as you would expect, right? Oh, a collateral for some bias. Making it spicy. They will get number 8 on the end side, but now the real work begins. This is going to be a tough round to put away.
Yeah, no, this is still quite the deficit to climb back into, but ENCE looking better, right? They're on the more favorable side. We're seeing a little bit of that form start to make its way through. Definitely not by any means sort of job done, but hey, we can start feeling a little bit more confident towards the ENCE camp. There's still a long road to recovery, but it's better. It's better, of course. Now, Honoris, full buy for them, apart from Samey, just the old Tech 9. Bit of utility, but that's about it. Alongside him, quad AKs. The real thing they have to try and take down is some Pius. He's been a bit of a problem with that AWP. They can drop him. It gives them room to work with. Hang on. How's Riker got out here?
I'm not quite sure. They've given a lot of space. However, the Samey flash is really bad. Blinds up a couple of teammates, and that's not what they were after at all. Madden will take out Lunatic, just 2 remaining then. Taz has made it down to the bottom bomb site. Should be able to get a plant quite easily here. Oh, if Samey had found a kill, dropped down the vent, I'd say that, you know, time would just massively be on their side. It's going to be a 1v4. Taz of old would even struggle with something like this. Any kills he can get would be good. He's not going to get any, though. ENCE move up to 9 quite swiftly. Yeah, that was pretty clean. I mean, not really seeing too much of a problem. Again, it goes back to what I was saying about for some players, for him. His impact he's now having with the AWP is really, really starting to, you know, show its true colors. And I think for some players as an AWP, he did struggle in towards kind of the opening 2 maps on a consistent basis, especially Vertigo as well. But yeah, now he's starting to find his form. Starting to put the numbers up where he struggled earlier. Same can be said for Snappy as well. He's been called upon quite a lot to find those frags. And hey, it's working. Pause be called. 4-round gap between the 2 sides. Honoris still hold a somewhat comfortable lead. But like we said, it's a map in which generally favors the CT side pretty heavily. And I said for ENCE, if they can find that golden number of 6, it gives them room to work with. And here's where we're seeing this room to work with, right? Now we've got Honoris down to what is going to be a pretty minimalistic buy-in towards the next. So realistically, ENCE should find double digits here. And then we've got a true battle towards who's going to see off this map. An absolute marathon of a series so far. 16-10, map number 1. Honoris' pick, they took it. Map number 2, Vertigo. ENCE's pick, 16-13. And this one looking like it might go the full distance as well. Down the vent they're going to go. They're going to be spotted doing so, and Madden finds 2. The smoke not in fast enough. The bomb will be recovered, but the damage already done. Ico finds a kill in all this madness. Traded out pretty easily by Madden. Outside fight. Awkward, but D-Hard gets it done. He's ready for Taz. He's ready for Taz. There you go. Takes him down around the corner. And number 10 coming in from ENCE. This gap is closing pretty quickly, I have to be honest.
Yeah, ENCE are rolling now. I mean, they've got that kind of momentum on their side. Wind in their sails. The snowball effect is really starting to build itself up. And I think, honestly, they need to be careful. Really, really careful. There's a world in which this could start to escape them. What was such a wealth of a lead is now looking relatively concerning. What a game we've had here. What a series we've had. 13-10. ENCE got a good opportunity to find this. They break the economy once again of Honoris and right on the road to recovery.
Going down fast though. Taz is underground. Some Pius is here to kind of meet him. But Taz ultimately was just looking for the control. Some Pius maybe knows that. Looking for a contact play. Taz in the off angle. Can't make it out of here. Surely not. Oh, nearly. Leaves some Pius low. D-Har goes down through smoke, thank goodness. So they're in a 4 versus 4, but this one started hectic. And it looks to continue that way. Madden. Mini smoke. Catching them in behind. And away he slips. 4v3.
Really well played, I gotta say, from Madden. And Snappy, I think he spotted the barrel there. He should be all right. He definitely knows Raiko's here.
Wait.
What? Okay, yeah.
4x3 pretty hard there. I think that one even slipped past me and you.
Oh, he knows. He knows he's in main. Where's the other, though? Here.
Oh,
and he'll meet the AWP. And he'll beat the AWP. It's Snappy all alone. He knows he went towards main earlier.
Oh, God. Same as on the off angle. This would be a hell of a round to let slip away. It's all on to the in-game leader in the 1 versus 2. And he gets it done. Absolutely massive for ENCE. A huge round. A big 3K, but a big 1v2 from Snappy. That brings it now back into contention as they hit number 11.
Oh, that was a must convert, it sort of felt. For HONORIS, they are starting to be under the pressure now, under the cusp. They're feeling it. ENCE are hot on their tails, breathing down their neck. And we could be seeing this one go the full way. I mean, ENCE don't look like quitting anytime soon. My God, what a game. What a series we have had. HONORIS, they were in such a wealth of a lead. All the confidence flowing through their veins. And now they're crumbling. Good nade onto Taz. He starts the round at 28 points of HP.
Oh, Sunpius going to take him down. Dihar as well, backing them up. It's Raiko who's made quick moves to get the even up. They're going to drop down in towards the lower bomb site as well. And the defense down here is not going to be all that sound. Snappy could get caught out in the open. Nearly in for the double spray down, but not quite. 2 versus 2. Safe plant. Raiko on a lurk. Where is he lurking from? Looking for the catch on the Heaven player. He's going to get it. Raiko's had a hell of a round here for HONORIS. He's matched Snappy and looks to do one better. That was good, he says, but watch this. Madden looking the wrong way at the wrong time, and Sobol will take his head clean off. That is a 14th for HONORIS. As they are tested, as it's brought close, they retake control of the game.
The red carpet's starting to be rolled out for Poland right now. HONORIS 2 rounds away from the map, the series. And ENCE, that was a round in which they had to convert as well, just to keep the pressure on, just to keep in consideration. And now things do get a little bit worrying. Of course, full buy-in, but long-term economy, they still have money to buy with for one more round, but it's definitely unstable. HONORIS have a good opportunity to see this into quite the interesting affair and maybe find 15 here. Flash towards our side. Still space to work with as Taz the Lunatic, the IGL, and the experience look towards Secret.
Yep, trying to get Taz down there once again. They did this last round and... Sorry, not last round. Couple rounds ago. And it didn't work. Trying for it again. Madden, I think, took all this damage to a Molotov. They get boosted up into the rafters after being down below. Another thing for HONORIS to maybe deal with, but they understand the position that they're in. You can see just how safe they're playing, not wanting to give any aspect of this round away. What is the plan? That's the big question here now.
That is very quiet. Breaks, sort of slightly tapped. Cutting noise, trying to force ENCE into an over-rotation. His entry's going to be everything. Diha expecting, waiting. Will he find? Sobol holds down Mouse One, or you'll find the first.
Solid pickup. Really makes them doubt what's going on. They're going to send players down below. Snappy is ready to go on this B-bomb site, hiding in behind the silo. Going to hear all this information coming his way. Needs to pop off and go large. We need 2 from Snappy here. We maybe now need 3 from Snappy. The AWP is here to back him up. The smoke comes out. Snappy going to try and find one around the smoke. Good for the first. Not good for the second. That's going to start to nail it in now. Sunpius. Yep. That's your only option, mate. You got to go for the save. Wow. This is absolutely unbelievable. HONORIS. It looked like the T side was slipping away from them, but they have just regained control in the past couple masterfully.
Yeah. They are in 6th gear right now. HONORIS. This is just wonderful work. Wonderful. And they're up to 15. Of course, the save call made. But they might struggle to do so. Samey's got other ideas. Madden, not staying alive. Oh, Scriv, look at the money on ENCE as well. I mean, they can muster up a buy, but it's just the lack of how comfortable it is. Even if they find success, if it's made expensive, they're still going to have no money either way because the loss bonus isn't built up. This is, you know, a lose-lose situation for ENCE right now. I mean, for them to push this towards OT is going to take a miracle. Retire's going to do it. ENCE have the possibility. HONORIS 1 round away from booking themselves in towards the upper bracket semi-finals against Heat. What a game. What a series from them. And that will confirm 4 out of 4 upsets today already. My God, we're in for some special Counter-Strike today.
We most certainly are. Valde, though. Wow, okay, in for the 2K. A lot of damage done through teammates, whatever's going on there. They've gone for a fast day on the HONORIS side of things, and it starts off a little middling. Lunatic, though, going to find Snappy. That's a big frag. He finds the Heaven presence. Oh, and a re-smoke towards Mini's going to buy them so much time on this bomb. There's no kit available, by the way. Once again, HONORIS. Confident, aggressive, most importantly, effective.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Just D-Hard. Can't get it done. 16-11 and the 2-1 victory coming in for HONORIS. They will knock ENCE down to the lower bracket. And I truly cannot believe my eyes. They've played some great Counter-Strike there, don't get me wrong. But ENCE knocked down by HONORIS, who I would put towards the bottom of the ilk of teams that we've got, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, on paper, right, we're coming in towards this entire tournament. And to be perfectly honest, right, when I'm looking at this, HONORIS are the biggest underdog. But